In today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Jamal Murray and to see how you can play point guard just like him. So let's get down. Let's check out Jamal Murray. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball better, make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. Okay, so first off, right here, defensively, he's a beast. Right here, he goes for the ball. He tries to get both hands on that ball, and that's exactly what he's able to do. He takes only a couple of dribbles, and then he's able to get down court as fast as he can, and he goes for that two-hand dunk. Now, I really want to point something out really quick. That's one dribble right there. He takes 1 step, 2 steps, and 3 steps before he takes his next dribble. This is not a travel, and you're totally allowed to do this. The reason being is because his hand has not crossed the imaginary half line on the basketball. If you have more than half of your hand underneath half the basketball, it's a carry, and at that point they could call you for a carry. But as long as your hand is exactly where Jamal Murray's hand is, you can then take multiple steps because your dribble is still alive. So if you want to be able to get down court fast with the ball, take the fewest amount of dribbles as possible by doing that tip right there. I will give a warning, however. I would always suggest to never go up with 2 hands on a fast break. There's one reason, and this is why right here. You will always hang too long on the rim by milliseconds, and your lower body's momentum will continue to swing out. If he held on to it any longer, he could have had a major injury, but instead he was able to land still on his feet and hands, but he could have easily landed on his head. So always go up with 1 hand on a fast break if you're going full speed. You may get blocked, but what's worse, getting blocked or having a career-ending injury? Again, when you're attacking the basket, now at this point, this is the attack dribble. That attack dribble is right at the 3-point line. He's able to gather it. Now, he's keeping it lower than I would suggest for a youth player because, of course, at least my team's trained to be hacking away at your arms every time you bring that ball down towards your waist. And then he takes 2 long steps and he's able to finish at the rim. Being a point guard is not always about scoring either, no matter what your friends may say. You want to be pass first, but if you want to score and you're a scoring type of point guard like Jamal Murray is, you need to still make passes and then you need to relocate to a new spot. Maybe use a screen or 2 and understand how you can use a screen to get a switch. That's exactly what we see here. And now he's able to pull up for a deep 3 on the mismatch against LeBron James. But let's remember, being able to understand how to pass the ball and being able to pass is extremely important. Here he's able to go behind his back so that Jokic can get a layup. Now, how did this all happen? Well, his man went over top of the screen, which means that you need to attack the rim right away. Because anytime that your man goes over the screen, he's behind you, so you need to attack. By Jamal Murray attacking the basket hard, that draws Jokic's defender to try to cut him off. When that happens, he's able to then do a behind the back pass. Now, while this may be called a circus shot to most youth coaches, it's actually a smart pass because there's a gap there, and if he was to pass ahead of this man, this defender would have been able to easily pick that pass off. But there's a passing window behind him because Jokic's man tried to cut him off, and obviously Murray's man is not keeping up with him, so that behind the back pass to Jokic was actually a very smart idea. Now, while this is not Murray to start this clip off, it's actually a very smart tactic, and let me explain why. Whenever you attack the basket or attack the key and you draw multiple defenders, you need to kick that ball out to the perimeter. Now, this player, in my opinion, should always look to pass first coming out of that kick. The reason being is because now the one or maybe only defenders that are in position to guard that kick out will be guarding that kick out, and the secondary pass, as we see right here, is wide open. Murray was able to read that and watch his footwork. This is what another skill and tactic that you can use and tip that you can use to be able to get more shots. And that is, if the pass is coming from your right, plant that left foot, especially if you are a right-handed shooter, and then you can drop that right foot down to get your right side in line. That way you can have the perfect shot and a high percentage shot. And just a quick side note that I found really interesting is that he actually has a thumb flick. So, just keep that in mind. You don't want to force a thumb flick, but if you've got one and it doesn't affect your release, then it's not that bad. In this case, when he releases the thumb flick, the ball is still in his shooting hand, so it does not affect the shot. He also has the ball go off his middle finger right at the end there. So for all of those middle finger release shooters, Jamal Murray is actually a middle finger release shooter as well. This is a great sequence as well. So his man goes over top of the screen and it looks like they're somewhat trying to blitz him. So then he attacks hard back the opposite direction as that secondary defender in this situation. He attacks that top foot and he takes one last dribble because he's right at the elbow. You never generally want to dribble inside the key if you're going to look to score. So then he takes his big long steps like if he's about to score. He draws another defender. Anytime that you can get your body with the ball inside of this key, guess what? That is death to the defense, which means that they're going to be collapsing in on you. And when that happens, you need to be looking for the kick out pass, whichever side that they may be on. You need to keep your head up when attacking the rim, because if you didn't keep your head up and you wanted to pass out to this man, this guy would intercept it. But if you kept your head up, understanding where the defender or that help defender is coming from, then you would automatically know, hey, I need to get it to this corner. And that's exactly what Jamal Murray is able to do here. This is why he gets so many assists. The other thing about Jamal Murray is that he understands how to post up. Now, while he may not be a super tall guard like a Delano Banton style player, he still understands how to use his body to his advantage in the low post, almost like a Kobe Bryant style move. This all started because he did a quick hop step towards the middle while doing a little bit of a chicken wing towards his defender. And this is what I mean right there. He moves that left hand of the defender out of the way and he's able to pivot back on his right foot. The reason why he's pivoting back this way and why it's such a high percentage shot for him is because he's a right-handed shooter. Anytime you go towards the left side, your right side is already in line, so it's a much faster release and a more accurate release. And he takes a lot of guards to the post, as we can see here. He takes multiple dribbles, while that is not necessarily a great idea, especially at the youth level, because you're going to gather secondary defenders or even third defenders. That is sometimes the strategy that you can take if you're taking a lot of dribbles while trying to post up a player. You need to keep your head up, because if this man was to drop down, that's a quick pass out for a 3. If his man dropped down, that's a quick pass out for a 3. And if this man dropped, this could be a screen by Jokic, skip pass out to the corner. There's so many different options that you have in the post as long as you keep your head up. And that's exactly what happens here, is because he keeps his head up, that keeps all of these defenders honest. They don't want to drop off on him, especially as a guard. Who's going to say that you're going to have a higher percentage shot in there anyways? And that allows him to have the wide open mid-range shot on his defender. So if you want to score and be like Jamal Murray, here's some tips. Learn the low post. Even if you're a guard, learn the low post. Learn post-up moves. Keep your head up while you're dribbling and attacking the rim. That's really going to help you accelerate your game to the next level. If you are a point guard, you are classified at the pro level as a dime a dozen. Everybody shoots and everybody passes, and everyone can dribble, which means that you need to do something else. For example, here, Jamal Murray can jump out the room. He's a leader, and he's a pretty darn good defender, and he knows the low post. Those things are extras that most other point guards that are not in the NBA know, which means that he has the advantage. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out the hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below to help you shoot the basketball from further away. And I'll see you guys again next time.